Everything that I straightened, cleaned, and put away nice was all over the driveway. I was furious, man. I guess it was that inner Hawk moment. Went over there, picked that toolbox up, threw it in the back of the bed of the truck, got the snow shovel, scooped up all the sockets, wrenches, and everything else, threw it in the back of the truck. Went to my job interview, got the job, came back, and just then my dad pulls in, and there were still tools all over the place. He's picking shit up, walking up the driveway. He goes, "Have a little accident?" I said, "I don't want to talk about it."
Yeah. Yeah, Lewis, you mentioned earlier about the legalities of hauling, and the what is that called?
Liability.
Yeah, liabilities and getting set up with the state to haul, and and that's just using a regular pickup truck like a 3500 series or something. And I pursued that. I wanted to see what all you had to go through. And there's so much daggone red tape. Oh, yeah. And it costs more than what you'd probably make in 2 years, to get started. And I thought, there's no way I'm doing this. Because I wanted to get into hauling, automobiles or campers or, boats, whatever. And nope.
See, when I got into it, I didn't know any better. So I was like, oh, I'm going to haul cars. So I bought the truck and trailer, and then I was like, oh, I got to get insurance. So I got insurance. And I was like, oh, I got to go to get DOT. And I got to get all that stuff. And it's like, oh, my God, this is terrible. But I kept doing it because I had already invested, and I had to keep on rolling. So before I knew it, I had everything. Check this out. On a commercial truck like that, your license plates are $1,000.
Wow. Yeah.
Without even blinking a year.
Yeah.
Then you have to pay for every state that you drive through. If the tax.
Yeah. Hey, Keith is backstage.
Yeah, I mean, before you know it, you're paying.
Guys,
a lot of stuff out of your
So Lewis, back, and I think this fits your timeline when you were doing some of the exotic stuff. In 2002, when I got the job in that Ferrari shop, Italian import shop, my job was to work on cars. It was not to transport cars. The gentleman that was there, who was running the flatbed truck and the trailer behind it, I don't remember what happened, but somebody said to me, "Do you know how to operate the flatbed?" And I said, "Well, I know how to operate it, but I've never really towed anything before. But yeah, I can operate it." So next thing I know, over the next several years, I was the one transporting a lot of those Ferraris locally with the flatbed, and then sometimes had an enclosed trailer behind me, sometimes had an open trailer behind me with another car on it. And that truck was DOT registered, private, not for hire, because it was doing all the private work for that shop. It wasn't a tow service. We weren't a car transport service.
Right.
So the rules were a little different, but oh my God, the hoops that you had to jump through, and I had that DOT card, and we had to keep a DOT log, and
that's what it was, DOT.
Everything that goes along with that, plus the insurances, and then again, customers' cars, if they had a tag on them and they had insurance, especially if there was a Virginia, Maryland local vehicle, there wasn't really big deal with the insurance coverage. But if it was a car that you were grabbing out of storage that hadn't seen the light of day in 40 years and wasn't tagged and insured, but is worth $500,000, yeah, it's on that company's insurance and how all those situations go.
Yeah.
I remember one of the rules about hauling campers that if it didn't have an actual paper title to go with your paperwork, that you would have to have from hauling it. You couldn't haul it out of the state, across state line. Um, that was one of the things that was in that booklet that they sent to me. I thought, geez, because there's a lot of campers and boats, they just don't have titles. You know, they have bill of sales and registrations, but no title. It's just crazy.
Yeah, they got a lot of regulations.
And what
Another
was it?
thing, when you have your DOT, you have to have a file cabinet that holds all the information on your rig, on your truck,
Yeah.
safety, your maintenance. What else? Safety, maintenance, logs, all that stuff. They had to be filed for each truck.
Yes, and then I had to keep my logbook and some other situation. I remember, and I guarantee you, I spent somewhere between a total on and off, probably close to 16 hours, because the DOT not for hire stickers on the truck meant that truck is subject for pullover and inspection at any given time, and there were certain things that had to be on the truck, like the automatic disposable camera in an accident report kit.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have, I mean, back then you didn't have the cell phones in everybody's hands technology.
Yeah.
So they had these disposable cameras that had to be in your accident report.
You know what? I got my kit. I just seen it the other day somewhere in my shop.
It was like, wow, I need to put a trailer behind the truck just to haul all this shit.
Yeah. I think one of the other rules too is if you were using something bigger than a 3500 series for hauling, you had to have an onboard camera in the cab of that truck, and they were able to access that camera from anywhere they wanted to see what you were doing. And if you got caught with your phone in your hand talking on the phone or even eating, you got flagged right there.
I have no clue how they knew I smoked in that truck other than the smell, but I always tried to cover the smell, and I always had the windows down. But on long runs, yes, I smoked in the truck, and they fucking know it every time. That's probably what it was a camera. I didn't even know it.
Yeah. Not to change subject, but I do want to ask you something, Paul. I know you use weld-through primer.
Yeah.
I bought this. It's by Dominion. It's copper weld-through primer.
All right, I don't have glasses on, so I can't really see whatever it is you're holding up. If you are holding something up,
Yeah, it's the can of.
It's a copper weld through.
Yeah,
copper weld-through primer.
Weld-through primer. Yep. It's by Dominion SureSeal. I'm gonna try it. See, I've never used any kind of that stuff, so this will be my first go at it.
Weld-through primers that I've used, I like the zinc. I've never really used the copper that I can remember. But even with the zinc, it's there to have a protective coating in between the two panels where you can never get any kind of coating. You still want to scratch up, because even though it's weld through, it still reduces that initial arc.
Yeah.
And if it's copper, it's not gonna want to melt and blend in like the zinc does to the steel.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
I would use zinc.
Just my opinion only. I have nothing to back that up. We can all Google it real quick and see.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. And red flag that comes up is copper and steel don't necessarily bond.
Right. I know Dave that was on last week from Rust Bucket Restos. He uses, like on that 68 Charger, on all the panels. I mean, that thing had a lot of panels going into it. And I'm pretty sure he was using the copper weld.
Again, I'm not experienced. So to
I don't
say,
know.
I just have my preferences, and that's the zinc.
Yeah.
It's always shown.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, but back to the topic, my friend Jimmy in the chat says his dad is a truck driver and that a trooper had said he was 2,000 pounds over, so he burped in his face and said, "Now wait."
Yeah,
You okay, Ray?
you don't want to make them mad. They can hold you
Yeah.
up for 3, 4, 5 hours.
Yep.
Right.
Easy.
How you doing, Ray?
Just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I was afraid once that I was going to get weighed because I was pushing the limit, and I was hoping the guy had a sense of humor, and I told him I had an extra cheeseburger for lunch. So, but I don't know if that would have worked.
yeah.
So, Brian, I meant to send some photos while I was kind of in your neighborhood.
Yeah, you were only about 3 miles from me, bud. You were 4 miles at the most. I mean, you were all over the area from.
Yes, I was. But I got to say something to you because I hope that you can relay the message over the next 6 months or another. Make sure that it gets to the person it needs to get to. The Napa store in Cloverly.
That's right around the corner from my house. Yep, know it well.
There is one person in there I want to give a shout out to, a thank you to actually having some common sense.
Who was it?
It was the chick from New York.
Yep.
She's got the Napa know-how.
She does.
Right here across the board to whoever's listening, whoever listens in the future. That store is the most fucked up Napa I've ever seen in the United States, with the exception of that one chick. She is badass. And if I had gotten you some posters and stickers, I'd make sure she got posters and stickers. So
she's
let's
really
give
good.
some swag to that chick because she's got common sense, listens to me, understands how things are.
Yep. She's really good. I mean, I hate walking in that place. I mean, I look through the window to see who's running in the front, who's up there. Because other than that, I just keep going.
Now we have a lady at the AutoZone that she knows more than any of those guys. And if she can't find it in their system they use, she will search on her phone until she finds it. Gets the part number from wherever she finds it to find it in their system. I mean, she's just thorough. She does really good.
All right, hold on. I got a cat fight going on.
With the chickens?
They're fighting over the chickens or what?
Yeah, that's a good line. The guy go take a leak. That's gotta see a man about a horse.
Yeah.
Come up with a few good ones there.
Or
Feeding the chickens
say,
and a cat fight. Hopefully, it's
say,
not a
hey,
brunette and a redhead.
right.
Welcome.
Or just say, hey, I got to go pay the water bill.
Welcome back to country living.
Are you still out in Texas, Paul?
I'm back in Texas. I flew back Tuesday morning. I was up in the Maryland, D.C. area for roughly 2 weeks. I apologize. I really wanted to get on last Thursday night with you guys, but I don't remember how nutty it was, but it was nutty up there to a little degree.
Yeah.
A lot going on. I can say this. One that you saw, because I did post pictures of it, and with Ted Levitt's permission, the Rolls Royce with the small block Chevrolet. Ted, you're doing an amazing job. I'm really continuing to look forward to the progress on that car. It's incredible to see a true coach-built mid-20s Rolls Royce.
Oh, it's mid-20s.
And with a small block Chevrolet going into it. The car, all the aluminum on it was completely rotted. And he has done an amazing job in recreating all the wood properly. And now has been tackling doing all the aluminum work. and it looks amazing.
What year is it?
It's a mid-20s, late 20s. I'm not 100% sure what year it is or what model it is.
Mhm.
It's a large 4-door touring car.
Take that to a show, and the purists are gonna freak out.
Well, yeah, the purist with all, because he's got a couple other Rolls Royces too. It's his car, and he's truly saving a car that didn't exist anyways. It was rotted and gone.
Right.
So he's
People gotta understand that.
but he's recreating it as something that's going to be usable. He's not.
Yeah, imagine that
building
it's actually a
something
100-year-old car.
And it's still a Rolls-Royce chassis with the Rolls-Royce braking system, which is way ahead of its time anyways, and ample enough to still stop the car. It's going to look proper and just be reliable and drive down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ring Brothers did a real nice one. Had a SEMA last year. I want to say it was, I don't know what year it was. One of the real big ones.
Yes, and no question, I cannot. I don't want to sound disrespectful to the Ring Brothers because I can't be, but the factor in this that I left out is Ring Brothers have been doing this their whole lives, just like all of us else that have been doing this shit our whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
This gentleman over in Annapolis, he's only been doing it for a couple years. He spent over 50 years running restaurant businesses.
Nice.
He had no, this metal crafting and woodwork and all this is all new to him, and this is the job he's tackling, and it's like, wow, you're doing a job that people that have been doing this their whole lives can't do.
Yeah, there's some talent out there, I'll tell you.
That Ring Brothers Rolls has a 640 LT4 crate engine in it.
What did Sam Hoff's
speed.
Rolls have? Who can Google Sam Hoff's Rolls Royce from the SEMA build?
Never heard of that. Sam
Hoff.
You know, and that Rolls Royce was a lady on that car. Sam Hard out of England.
I don't know if I want to type that in here. Sam. What am I gonna get?
Rolls.
Sir, how long have you been in there?
Let me put rolls in there.
How long have you been in there, Terry?
Oh, Terry.
Hey, Big T.
I wasn't paying
Gentlemen.
attention. I didn't see you pop in.
Yeah, I'm in here.
See, you're not in Youngstown.
No. Soon though.
Yeah.
You gotta let me know when so I can come and get my hat.
Yep, I got one for Jim. Got one for Ray. I think I even got one for Mako. I don't know. If he pisses me off, I'll.
So all of them have to come.
They're the new style too. Look at this.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Does everybody have to come to Youngstown and get it, or just me?
Yep.
Hey,
And the funny thing is,
Terry,
only one of you guys sent me your address. No, I'm sorry, two.
I did. I sent you mine.
Terry, did you get mine?
Who said that, Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sent you're definitely going out. You sent me your address.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
Joey.
Because all this crazy stuff going on with Facebook and Messenger. I'm like, something about encrypted meshes. I was like, what?
Yeah, that one-armed guy, Joey at Milk Creek Fab Shop, he sent you his address on Facebook.
We got him. If no class, hit me up with your address, and you too could receive one of these beautiful 2A1 caps.
Well, you know what? No Class will hit you up with the address. And I will have to say thank you very much because I may or may not receive it here in the middle of nowhere.
No, I tell you what. You want me to hold it for you? You want me to hold it for you and hand deliver it to you at SEMA?
Whoa! Oh! Ooh!
That's how. You know what? That's maybe how Ray should get his.
That's kind of
Pick him up at SEMA. That's what
I'm not a hat guy.
Hey, Ray, your daughter got married. You don't have no more excuses. This year, you're coming to SEMA.
Hey, I'm thinking about going down to Pigeon Forge in 2 weeks for the Pontiacs at Pigeon Forge.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
You're gonna make
only
a
about,
Take the
weekend out of it.
GTO down there? You gonna drive it down?
No. Not to enter the car, just to see the show.
Ah,
I'm only about 10, 12 hours from Pigeon Forge. You can just keep coming.
Keep coming.
Yeah.
What's 10, 12 hours?
probably fly there, right?
Come on down. Let's put on a big car show in the middle of the field, in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm gonna jump a little early because my wife is under the weather, and I'm gonna go juice her up with a whole bunch of chemicals.
Juice,
Nice.
Yeah, juice her up. Okay.
We know, yeah.
Good luck on that.
Yeah.
You better make sure your strap's down tight.
Yeah.
2 clicks.
And you all were giving me a hard time about putting chickens away. Leave them in.
Lewis, tell her we're praying for her.
Appreciate it. My grandson started preschool 2 weeks ago,
Oh,
and my daughter-in-law went to pick him up, and a little snot-nosed kid was standing there with green stuff coming out of his face. So he gave it to my grandson. So then he had green stuff come out of his face, and then now my wife got it because she was babysitting him.
Get ready for it, man.
yeah. Guess
Get
who's
ready for
next? Yep.
No.
Dude, I'm telling you,
You're
you
next.
cannot take enough Fred Flintstones and Wilmas to take care of that.
I'm wondering why he started preschool in May.
Before I take her the chemicals, I take the chemicals before I have to. I'm gearing up before I go in.
Zycam or whatever it's called. Not Zycam. What is it?
When everybody's sleeping at night, you go downstairs to where your central air is or your air conditioning, and you have a can of Lysol and you puncture it, shake it up, and throw it into the A-frame and just let it filter throughout the house while you're sleeping.
It's funny.
Yeah,
I do that every time I get in the studio after Rob Leonard. I Lysol down the mic and the whole console, the board, everything.
Yeah.
He's always got some kind of sickness.
Yeah.
Cinnamon toast with honey. Lots of cinnamon toast with honey.
So,
Wow.
Sounds good.
Just check
It's
my
not-
bank.
do that without
Natural-
being sick.
It's natural
Yeah.
antibiotics, antioxidant, whatever. That's the reason.
Vitamin C.
Yeah, go drink a whole thing of orange juice.
That helps.
just hit 2 shots of tequila. Don't worry about it.
There you go.
Ah,
Ryan's on it.
there you go. 2 shots of tequila.
You're still gonna get sick, but you'll feel good.
Hey,
And
everybody.
if
have
you're
a
really sick, suck the worm. Don't worry.
you guys have a great week. And
That's mezcal with the
hey,
worm.
everybody go check out PowerTube TV. They got a lot of content for car heads. Go check it out. Let me know
Oh, yeah, I
next
watch
week.
them.
Yeah, let me know next week what you see on there that you like. Besides playing in traffic.
That's my favorite show. Played in traffic. That's the only thing I watch.
All right, fellas, have a good week.
I like watching it because you're on there, Louis.
Wife.
I'm waiting for Terry's new show. When is that? Is that out yet?
I don't think it is just yet. I think it's coming out next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Terry Talks. That's the first one, and then it's going to be the Ultimate Collection. I'm hosting that one as well.
Oh,
And
that
then,
sounds cool.
and then there's another one.
Yeah.
Terry sings.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got
Terry
a
sings.
segment.
I'm
Terry
taking
sings.
requests.
This
I'm
is what
taking requests.
I don't have any hearing aids and I can barely hear you now.
Send the request. Send the request. And we're doing closed caption too, so don't worry about it.
yeah, I don't know if I can do another. I don't know if I can do another subscription service. I'm gonna have to get rid of something so I could join that other the 0 to 60.
No, it's good. They got some serious stuff up there. I was like, wow, I joined it just for the Speed Racer.
Speed Racer.
I joined for that and all the other the commercials, the 70s commercials with the cars, man. That's great.
Vince sends me that stuff every day. He's sending me.
Yeah, it's
His new hobby.
but no. So we'll hopefully next week it'll air, and we're starting to film. We're starting to get new locations and where we're gonna start filming for the next one. So
Cool. Are you doing all stuff up north? Are you going like everywhere?
no,
or
we're gonna be going all over the place. We're gonna probably just do it up north now. Because it's like the Terry Talks is mostly cars and coffee, so we'll go to a couple of those film. But like the collections, we're gonna just head out like north and all this. Like
Jay
New
Leno.
Jersey,
You
New
got to
York.
go to California.
Yeah, hopefully second season.
Who are you filming out with, Terry? Who's the organization?
What's his name? John Galante. What's it called? Oken? Like that. I forget the name of same guy with Lou Santiago and Stacey David and and what's called Joe Zopler. And Steve Darnell. So they're keeping me in line because I'm a loose cannon, so they smack me back in place every now and then.
So
Joe Zopler.
Hey, Terry, my friend John there, Mopar Nut in the chat, he says, what about dancing with Terry?
You get me started now. I can move.
With the vacuum cleaner.
There is a vacuum cleaner in there.
In the middle of the cage for you.
Oh, that was me imitating Fred Astaire.
That was audition.
That was audition reel. They're like, nah, let's have him stick to maybe possibly singing. Nah, let's have him stick to just talk about cars and drinking coffee. There you go.
Yeah.
Long lost audition tapes.
Audition tape.
Give us a heads up on one of these cars and coffees that you'll be doing, and I'll make an appearance.
I'll let you know.
You gotta come up here and do Mike and what is that? Mike and Dale's up there, the deli.
Oh.
That's a big one.
That's
500 plus cars, man. They do that 4 times a year.
Mike and Mel's Deli.
Yeah, Mike and Mel's Deli. That's a hell of a show, dude. They got all kinds of stuff there.
Even in the show, we said, hey, listen, if you want us to visit, drop, the car show or something like that, Cars and Coffee, let us know.
It's even Burtonsville can surprise you. It's just not very. It gets a little. One week it could be killer, and the next week it's not. But that place,
no,
you never.
Mike Mills, I don't know how he did it, but he made a name for himself. He had some of the people that I saw there one of the first times that it got super big and it got past like 30, 40 cars. There was a lot that came down from Baltimore, from Reisterstown at the Collector Car Corral. Shout out to Randy Moss at the Collector Car Corral. But a lot of his clients I saw at one of those. And I don't know if it had something to do with the Porsche Club or one of the other situations, but I know it was like one day there was 12, 14 DeLoreans, 15 or 18 Lamborghinis, another 15 or 18 Ferraris, Bentleys. And then you see a Datsun 240Z parked right next to the Bentley.
Like I said, we got the dude with the Batmobile, the Bat Cycle, and everything else. We got
Bill.
Yep.
Bill. I'll give a shout out to Bill. Bill, Batman Bill. You're the one that picked me up from the airport at BWI and gave me a ride to my brother's, and I was never able to get back with you. Thank you very much for grabbing me at the airport.
But like I said, Burtonsville, one day, one weekend, the stuff there is unbelievable, and it's from everything.
Katie's Coffee will also bring out quite a bit.
Yeah, too bad Kensington was a flop with the rain. That's usually a killer show too.
There were still cars there.
Oh, no, there was about 40 cars, 50 cars. I drove through.
You drove through? I was over there for a while.
Yep, drove through in the rain. A buddy of mine had the 18. One of my customers had the 18 van.
Okay.
I don't know if you
I like
saw
the
it or not,
18,
but that's a really clean van. 18. Yeah. But no. I mean, like I said, I don't stick around too long. I travel through quite a few shows and on the weekend and had to get back before everybody wakes up. Can't let the females know that I'm gone from the house.
Plus, you got to hit Home Depot.
Huh?
Home Depot, you got to hit Harbor Freight.
I got to still stop by and check up my, check for my runners.
Right.
That whip.
I was unsupervised, and I still did nothing but go to work.
Yeah.
All right,
Gentlemen, I got to get off because I got to take these dogs out for a walk. They're not happy.
Yeah, another guy go take a
dogs
leak.
for a walk.
Yeah, take a walk, play with the chickens.
Yeah.
Man, you guys come up with just be a
the
man.
raccoon. Yeah.
Terry, it's always good to see you, man.
It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Sorry it's so short but sweet, but it's always a pleasure.
That's cool. Take care.
Well, a man of your talent, charms, and good looks, I understand you don't want to mess around with these lower class guys. I understand.
On that note, I'm going to tell you to shut the hell up.
Hey, listen, man, that Monster Garage thing's got him spoiled.